Thank you. Thank you so much for your attendance. At this time, we'd like to take just a moment to recognize a very, very special man. I don't believe that it's a secret that we will present former head basketball coach Ron Brown to you in just a few moments. While Ron is one of the most competitive persons you will ever meet, he's also one of the most humble. He has asked that we say what we have to say about him while he stands in the background, then call him out for you to recognize with applause, and then allow him to quietly slip back into the limelight. We're going to do the best that we can to honor that request. In 1960, Ron met the most beautiful girl that he had ever met in his life. Her name was Janet. And she was an exchange English teacher from London, England. Ron fell hard, and in 1961 they were married. That love has now lasted almost 60 years. Ron has shared that Janet is indeed the love of his life, that she is the rock and foundation that he has been able to cling to for all of these years. He also wants you to know that it's only because of her willingness to share him with all of us that he has been able to be the successful basketball coach here at Centralia for all of these years. To Elisa, Julie, Tim, David, my children, you mean everything to me. I love you. Ladies and gentlemen, something that maybe you didn't know. Ron's dad was an educator for almost 40 years. Ron almost 60 years, and son Tim almost 30 years and still counting. Ladies and gentlemen, that's almost 130 years of service to the young people of the state of Washington by one family. That's pretty darn good. Ron is a stickler for detail. He's put together statistics and created memory books for his players, for each of his teams. He's written personal letters to all of his seniors. Ron has the official scorebooks for every season that he coached, as well as a book of quotations to help students through almost any situation. When asked what values he wanted the athletes and students to learn, he said, "Play every game to win, but realize that sometimes you will lose. How you act then reflects directly on the type of person that you are. How you treat your teammates, your competitors and rivals makes a definitive statement." Ron always said, "I know that my actions speak louder than my words. My hope is that if they act like I do, that they will be thought of as good, responsible, thoughtful, and kind human beings." Ladies and gentlemen, just a note, in 58 years of coaching on the bench of the Centralia Tigers, Ron Brown did not receive one technical foul. The last thing that he said was, "It is still just a game. It should be fun." Before I go further and finish with just a few of Ron's accomplishments, he's asked that I thank the Centralia School District, his former players, his assistant coaches, and you, the fans of Centralia, for all of your support. Also, the board of the Centralia Athletics and Activities Facilities Foundation for making today possible. In addition to basketball, Ron was the head baseball coach 9 years, winning 7 league championships. The head girls softball coach 10 years, going to state 5 of those 10 years, winning a 3rd place finish, a 2nd place finish, and a state championship. He was the head boys tennis coach 3 years and an assistant football coach for 3 years. Ron Brown became the head boys basketball coach in 1961 and held that position for the next 56 years. 56 years at one school. No No one in the state of Washington can come close to that achievement. And we could only find one other coach in the entire United States of America that was in the same ballpark. Ron made 15 appearances in the Washington State basketball tournament. His teams finished 8th 2 times, 6th 2 times, 5th, 4th, 2nd, and his teams won 2 state championships. Twice Ron was selected to the Twice Ron was selected as the Washington State Coach of the Year. He received the National Federation Interscholastic Coaches Association Distinguished Service Award for boys basketball in 1999. In 2006, Ron became the only active coach to be inducted into the Washington Interscholastic Basketball Coaches Hall of Fame. He finished his coaching career with 722 wins. Ladies and gentlemen, accompanied by former assistant coach Larry Mollerstoon and his wife Janet, ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to introduce to you the former head basketball coach of the Centralia Tigers, Mr. Ron Brown.